I think we're golden. I think we're great. I think we're back.
Man, so we're going now. We're ready to go.
They can
We
see us.
Let's see. Boom. Oh my gosh.
They can see us. They can hear us. They can feel us. Maybe.
They feel the energy that's coming through this screen right now because I haven't been able to sit still all day, and I've watched and listened to. I just think that the post from last night with the Eminem song with it, and then the starting five with the Bulls theme song in it, just gets me fired up, dude. Like
Got you going.
I think I listened to it 100 times a day, just over and over again while I was working. So yeah, I'm fired up to be back. And so, what do you think, man? How you feeling?
Feeling great. Glad to be back. It's been a
Like,
while.
it's been a month and a half, dude. Like, I think, yeah, it's been almost 2 months. Life happens. Life happens. New stuff comes up, and
You
you
got
got to
me
get going. But guess what? We are freaking back. We
about
are.
that time.
Pat McAfee better watch out because the boys are back on the screen. It's gonna be
It's
us.
only been.
It's gonna be us at college game day here in about 10 years, talking with Lane Kiffin after he retires.
I won't. I won't do it.
Oh man, so what's been going on, dude? Give me an update. How you been? What have you been doing? Like, how's life?
Just I'm a man of my craft now. I'm just a hard working, nose to the grindstone man. I mean, and it's been really rough. Not having some clipboard in my life.
It's the escape. It's the escape from the real world where we actually have to be productive. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here, dude. The 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 new the new step, the job has started. That's pretty much why I haven't been able to do it. Between the teaching and the coaching, it's been nonstop, dude. I don't think I get home during the week until at the earliest I get home during the week is 7 o'clock, if not 8 o'clock. I mean, it keeps me going. Basketball season is around the corner. We're in fall break right now. When we go back on Monday, we start back up on Monday, and that starts official practice for high school basketball. And I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. So ready to go.
I can tell them players don't know what they're about to get.
It hasn't been. They've seen me for AAU and they have seen me for summer ball and summer practices, but they haven't seen the side of me when it really, really counts. Is when official season starts. We're gonna have a month and a half worth of practice because our first game isn't until December 3rd. They're gonna get so freaking tired of me. They might quit. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe not. Hopefully not. Varsity
Never
teams
seen never.
looking varsity teams looking decent. We have some improvement to do still, but I think we're going to be all right. So, and we'll have some of those guys on the podcast closer to season, get them fired up and ready to go. So, but
I'm ready to see the McLean County state champions. Can't
state
wait.
champions, mark it in the book. I come back to McLean County first year back, and we're going to state. We're going to the state championship game.
They're
Mark
gonna
it
make a
now.
30 for 30. 30 for 30 coming soon on McLean County
They're
basketball.
gonna I love it. I love it. Okay, so what we got first, man? What we got first here? So I guess we're starting off with. You want to start off with the cat trade, or do you want to start off with just a quick salute? Let's start off with a quick salute to Woj, man.
Hey,
All love to him.
one of
All
the best
love
ever
to
lacing
him, man.
up.
Hey, I don't blame him one bit. He's been doing it for however long he's been doing it now. He's been the best reporter in sports history. the best reporter in sports history, and he just wants to take a step back. St. Bonaventure didn't really see that being his next step, but hey,
Say I
whatever
did
he
either.
wants to do. I don't. You could tell me that Woj is going to quit or is going to step down from being the ESPN reporter to go work at McDonald's, and I would still say, hey, whatever he wants to do,
He's
whatever
earned it.
he wants to do, he has my respect until the day he dies. So, and hey, decent replacement. It's a decent replacement. We'll just see how Shams does and how he's going to do. And
Shams is a good one.
he
He's
does
a good
good.
one.
And I'm glad that they went that route because they were talking that they were going to have Schefter do the NFL and the NBA, and that would have been a
That's,
lot, dude.
yeah,
That
that's a lot to handle.
that dude would not have had any time off. That dude would have had no life outside of his job. I bet they'd pay him a shit ton of money though. That's the only thing about it. Could you imagine being the NBA and NFL's main reporter for ESPN? Dude would be making more than most coaches do in the college or in the NBA world. And he'd probably be the highest paid ESPN employee analyst right now, I think, is Stephen A. I think I could be wrong,
Yeah, I
but
believe so.
I'd say if Schefter would have had both, he probably would have surpassed Stephen A. as far as the money goes because that's a big job. Because who did you see whose name was beside everything that was reported the first time from ESPN? Woj, man. Woj. So Shams he has some big shoes to fill, and I think he can do it. I'm glad that they split the load and just let one person not make Schefter do both because then things might have started mixing together and the reporting might have been kind of shaky. So, but awesome. But yeah, one more time, big salute to Woj. I hope he might turn St. Bonaventure around, dude. Who knows? They might be a power. They might turn into a Power Five school with him there. Like, Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're a basketball recruit and the St. Bonaventure coach comes up to you, tell your game, and they bring Woj with them? Like, that's like It's like
I
almost
don't
that's not the equivalent. That's like almost that's number one. If John Calipari walks into somewhere, everybody knows who he is, what he does. He's the best recruiter of all time. And then two, you bring Woj in there now, like he might be second as far as the recruiting train goes. That's it's I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's crazy. It's awesome. Love it.
I know I'm gonna be a Bonnie's fan this year. I know that.
Heck yes. Heck yes. They're about to be some dogs. And guess what? You can't teach dog, but
Never
Woj
have.
but Woj is a dog, so there's no learning for him to do. He's already mastered the calls. So anyways, nice. Nice. Thank you, Woj, for all you've done. Okay, let's get into a pretty big, in my opinion, a pretty big move. Arguably I'm going to say a top five move this offseason so far. I mean, the offseason's pretty much over now. So, but probably a top five move of the offseason, and that's Karl Anthony Towns, KAT coming to the NYC, son. I mean, hey, great pickup for the Knicks and great pickup for the T Wolves. I'm serious. Great pickup for the Knicks and great pickup for the T Wolves. I'll let you go first and explain tell me what you're thinking about the trade. I have a little something, but tell me what you're thinking about the trade.
I like the trade for the Knicks. Don't get me wrong. I mean, anytime you can add, in my opinion, the best shooting big man in basketball right now to go with their squad that they have, I mean, I think it was a no brainer. Um, for the T Wolves, I mean, I guess you don't really the cat Gobert experiment didn't work, I would say, but I don't know if it was Cat that should have been the one leaving. I think and especially replacing him with Julius Randle, that doesn't really give you a lot more, in my opinion. So I don't love it for them, but I think DiVincenzo is going to be a good little piece on their team. And I mean, we'll see how the Randall Gobert experiment goes, I guess.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. That's what I thought right after it happened when I seen it. Actually, when I seen it was after I played in a 4v4 tournament here back home. Man, dogs. My team won the whole tournament. Just saying, didn't lose game all weekend. Shout out to Cade Blackburn. Shout out to Hayden Mayer for coming down to McLean County from Murray to help get the chip. And shout out to Rob Dawson. Robbie D played on my team too. We were some dogs. Anyways, when I seen it, I was like, yeah, they went the wrong way with it because one that's a scoring hole that somebody's gonna have to fill. Because Cat in the regular season, I know his numbers were kind of up and down during the playoffs, but there's not enough games there to really justify what he done in the regular season. And that's a 20-point score right there, 18 to 22-point score there, and probably 6 to 8 rebound average. And Duke can shoot the three. I mean, hell, he won the 3-point contest 2 years ago. I mean, he can stretch the floor. Julius Randle can sort of stretch the floor, but not as good as Cat. And yeah, that was a tough one. I agree. It should have been Gobert, but listen to me here. Listen to me here. I like the trade for both teams. I like the trade more for the Knicks, obviously, getting that guy, getting Karl-Anthony Towns, getting another dynamic player, because now the Knicks are Brunson's your one option, and then you have 2A and 2B scoring options with Bridges and Karl Towns. And so that's a big pickup. But, dude, that's not why they made that trade. They didn't make that trade for Julius Randle. They took Julius Randle, one, for contract and money reasons because they had to match the contracts, and two, they had to fill that four spot with somebody. But the big reason was they got Dante DiVincenzo, man. Dante DiVincenzo is going to be a big time asset for that team because one that's gonna be a dude that's going to be a guard that's going to be able to defend another team's better guard. That way, it's not always McDaniels. McDaniels can be more the forward type person he's going to be guarding. And two, he can shoot the three. That's what they were lacking. The T Wolves were lacking that guy that can step out, and that's all they need him to do. That's all they need him to do is to defend and to be able to shoot the three. They didn't have that guy last year. So that's why I like to trade for both teams, but I probably would have tried and got some picks out of it too, maybe. Because Julius Randle, he's okay. I don't think, but that might also help out a little bit because that's going to not only be that's not only going to allow Rudy Gobert to be out on the perimeter more, setting screens for people, because that's what Rudy Gobert is. Rudy Gobert is either going to get the ball off the board and dunk it back. He's not going to make a move on the block or try to score on anybody. That's not his game. So they're going to turn him into the guy on the perimeter that's going to be able to go set screens for somebody, whereas a ball screen, a down screen, flare screen, flex screen, whatever, that's going to draw him out of the paint more, and that's going to open it up for Ant. Because, Karl Towns, he was a perimeter-oriented guy, but he could also make a move on the block and in the paint somewhere and go get a bucket. Now, with Randle and Gobert, Randle's going to want to have to do that too. Randle's going to try to get to the rim more, so they're going to try to space him out. So, yeah. But anyways, that's kind of my take on it. I agree. The Knicks won the trade by 2 or 3 steps. But that DiVincenzo pickup for the T-Wolves, that's what they were missing. So
I do think he's going to play a very big role for them, but Cat's a hard person to lose. The tough one to swallow.
Yeah, I agree. So, but we'll see how it goes. I think they're still going to be one of the top teams in the West, without a doubt. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
there'll be nights that they'll be able to play McDaniels at the 4 now, and they can go
Mhm.
Conley, DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, and Gobert. So could you imagine how quick that lineup is? That would be freaking electric. Or if you switch Conley out with Dillingham, can you imagine how fast the ball is going to move up and down the floor? That'd be so fun to watch.
They got something cooking over there. I just don't know what they're cooking yet.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
mystery meat over there in
And
Minnesota.
also another win for the T Wolves too is Cat's on his last year of his contract, and if he opts out, then he opts out. He's an unrestricted free agent, and that could just be a lost asset. So
It's true. We'll see.
anyway, solid dude. That's solid.
I'm glad something happened in the off season. It's been the most boring month and a half of
It's it
news.
it really has started to get a little bit on the monotonous side, and just kind of consistently having nothing going on after the Olympics was over. So
Hey,
anyway,
WNBA's popping off though. I don't know if you've been watching.
I haven't been watching, but I have been following it a little bit. But it's
Um,
the
huge
this
Liberty fan over here.
dog
Huge.
dogs
Go in SQ. Sabrina, dog.
dog bucket
Mm,
straight freaking bucket.
she is. She's a problem.
Oh man, but a good deal, man. Yeah. So NBA season, what, it starts in 2 weeks,
Believe so, yeah.
week and a half, 2 weeks. Good. I'm ready for some basketball to come back. I like
Hmm.
football. I like watching football, but I'm ready for some basketball to come back, dude.
Yeah.
It feel like it's been forever.
If the Grizzlies can make it that far, I'll be very happy if we have a roster by then.
Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all actually, is y'all out? Like,
No, he ended up coming back in the
I,
game. I don't
I
know.
was about to say, I think I was on the way home from the gym and I seen uh, uh, notification, Bleacher Report stuff saying that he was back on the floor making. I mean, he was making plays and stuff. That's what they were highlights and stuff. Walter, oh my God, Walter S. How does this affect the LeBron legacy and top 5 jerseys in the league? That's a good. Thank you, Walter. That's a good thing that we can do one episode is top 5 jerseys in the league. Are you talking like player jerseys or like all like just like team jerseys all time? Because that would a team jerseys all time type of deal, that'd be kind of badass. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that'd be hard to think of five. There's been some really good ones.
We might have to do 6.
Might have to do 20.
Oh man. Anyway. All right, dude. Let's get into some more fun stuff. Apparently, guys, listeners, apparently Wilkes, and if y'all have some stuff to say, Walter's already done it, and Nolan Waller's already done it too. Hop in that chat. Let us know. Wilkes already said he's got hot takes, so
Oh, I do.
we'll see. We'll see what we're about to get into tonight. So um, I'll let you. I'll let you introduce this next segment.
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna give our predictions for. Do you want to do awards or do you want to do the season first?
We'll just do season first.
All right, we're giving our 8 playoff teams, and we're gonna say who's playing in the conference finals, and we're gonna say who's playing in the finals, and then we're gonna give who we think wins it all next year. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to hear my take. But it's reasonable. It's gonna happen. Go ahead and get the future.
All right, man. Start in the East. Who you got? Give me your. Let's go 8-1. Let's go 8-1. Give me
All right,
your. Give me your 5 through 8.
all right. In my 8 seed, we have the Chicago Bulls. Just the East isn't really that packed to where there's going to be a lot of 8 good teams. Let's be honest here. I think the Bulls can slip in. They got some pieces. 7, I've got the Magic. It's weird. They were what, like 5
Five,
this year,
five.
but
Yeah.
I think some of the other teams in the East kind of left over them. I think they'll take a step back. 6, I got the Pacers. They're America's
Ooh.
America's sweetheart from last year, but I just don't think. I mean, they've got the offense to be a great team, but I'm still not sold on their defensive abilities. But they're playing at home. That place is rocking. So, and in my 5 seed, I've got the Miami Heat, baby. Jimmy buckets, Tyler Hero. They're making a comeback. Jaime Jaquez another year. Bam. I guess he's one of the best centers in the NBA. I don't want to admit it, but
He is. He is.
yeah, that's one. You want me to keep going, or you want to do your
Sorry.
8 to 5?
That's sorry. 528. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going, man.
Right.
Finish it off.
My 4 got the Milwaukee Bucks. Dame and Giannis. Ain't much else to say.
Gonna actually pan out this year.
I think they'll. Well, I mean, yeah, good enough for a 4 seed. I still don't think they have the best roster of all time besides them two, but I think they'll be good enough for 4. Uh, my 3 seed, I've got the Philadelphia 76ers. Um, I think they're going to be a really good team. It's just I think the other 2 teams are better in the East. Those 2 teams being my 2 seeded Knicks and the 1 seeded Celtics.
That's fair. That's fair. We have the same 8 teams, believe it or not, but mine are in a little bit different order. So yeah, and my 8 seed, I had to think about this for a second because I was like, who's going to slip in that 8 seed? Because it's going to be the middle of the like a probably a 500, maybe a couple games below 500 team, maybe a couple games over or below. I don't know. If I took
Yeah,
the Bulls at 8, they've got a couple pieces there that are gonna maybe push them there to get there. I thought the Hawks for a minute, then I was like, no, not the Hawks. And
I
then
ain't take.
who else do I think?
I kind of like. I was between the Bulls and the Hornets. I really think the Hornets kind of take a step up this year.
Charles Lee, first year, taking them to the
I
to the
like
back.
him.
It could happen, dude. Dude just won the finals, so he
Never
might.
know.
All right, at my 7, I took the Heat. I'm still not convinced. They're good. They're in the East, so they're going to be a 7 seed. But Jimmy Butler, old news. Tyler Hero, overrated. Um, yeah, I said that. I'm a UK fan. Tyler Hero, overrated. Period. He's a good guard. He's a good scoring guard. That's it. He can score off the dribble is the only thing he can. Yes, he can score off the bounce is the only thing that he has over Duncan Robinson. That's it. Um, my 6 seed, I've got the Magic. I think they drop a spot to the 6. But they still have a good team. I mean, they did it last year with what they are. They're going to have another year of experience, the whole season. So, um, Nolan Waller said, "What about this Western Conference, dude? Come on, are
Come
you
on,
serious?"
bro. No ball. No ball.
Kidding me?
We'll get to them. Don't you worry, buddy.
We'll get to them. All right. My 5 seed was the Bucks. I like the Bucks, but I think the Giannis train, and I mean, they might figure it out. But as long as Doc Rivers is there, they're not going to be. They're going to be a middle of the pack. Middle of the
Certified, certified Doc hater. I mean, just the biggest
pack.
Doc hater.
He won the finals for us in '08, but after he left, it's like, what did you do? Like, what have you done in your career since 2008? Nothing. He's done nothing since 2008. You can convince me. You can convince me that he literally just collected a paycheck from 2009 until present day.
It's a pretty
So
good paycheck, to be fair.
pretty good paycheck. I guess I would probably do the same thing. Uh, my 4 seed, I took the Pacers. They're going to take a big step up. I like the Pacers a lot. They gave the Celtics some fits in the playoffs this year. Each game, I mean, I know that we ran right through them as far as how many games we or how long the series took, but I mean they were all but one. The one game that the Pacers won, I think they beat us by 15 plus. And but the 4 games that we won against them, I mean they were close games. And 2 of the games came down to game winning or go ahead buckets. So I like the Pacers a lot. Then my top 3 are the same: Sixers, Knicks, Celtics. Celtics are still the 1 seed. I think they won the East by 15, 16 games last year. I think that number gets cut in half at least. I think we still take the 1 seed by 8+ games, but they're just the best team right now. I mean, it's just like that stint there for a while that the Warriors they were going to probably win the finals there from 2013 till 2017. Like they were favored to win the finals. There was no team that was better than them. I mean, right now that's what the Celtics are.
I
So
agree.
yeah, that's my top 8.
I agree, but 8 games kind of feels like a stretch. I think it could be closer than that. Knicks are going to be really good.
Okay.
Knicks will win. Knicks will win between 55 and 60 games.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah. And the
That's what you're
Celtics
saying.
have won 68. I know that. No. No. They ain't that level yet. They might get there one day, but they ain't there yet. All right. For the West, much harder to choose because there's like 11 teams that probably could make it. But I I'm gonna hope. This is a prediction of hope for this franchise that they didn't absolutely just shoot themselves in the foot. I think the Suns make it as my 8 seed. I'm giving them the nod because they have KD and Book, and I guess Bradley Beal.
I get it. Oh god.
They just need to figure it out a little bit. They don't have to do great. Got to figure it out a little bit. My 7 seed, I have the Warriors. I think Steph still gets them there. I think Kuminga takes a little bit of a step up. I think Pods takes a big step up. I'll get to him later. But I think they got enough to make it there. Never going to count Steph out of at least making the playoff. 6 seed, I've got the Thunder. I think they take a step back this year. I think they take a step back. I think I hate Shea. Well, I wouldn't say hate, but I think he's overrated. And I don't know. I don't. There's so many good teams. I can't say that they're going to do it again. I've got my 6 seed. And 5th seed, I've got the Sacramento Kings, my darlings of this next year. I love everything they did. Love the team. I love them. So I've got them my 5 seed. I think they're better than the Thunder, if you want me to be honest. But
Finish your top 8. Or just finish it.
my 4 seed, I have the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron, AD, D'Lo. They actually got some good bench pieces now. I think they can. I think they can spark something over there in LA. My 3 seed, I've got the Mavs. I think Luka's gonna have an amazing year. Don't get me wrong. I think Kyrie's gonna have a very good year again. They've already seen what it's like. Now I think they're gonna be dominating. My 2 seed, I got the Memphis Grizzlies.
Shut up.
Jaw's
Shut
gonna, Jaw's
up.
gonna,
Oh my.
we're gonna be healthy at some point.
This is blessed.
Jaren, Jaw, Bane. We got a 7'6" Asian running center, grabbing boards. Actually, he's Canadian. Sorry, that's racist. We got Vince. We got Marcus Smart. We're the deepest team in the league in my eyes. Gigi, if he ever heals. And then my 1 seed, I got the Nuggets. I think they're going back on top. Jokic, just that guy. I don't know. It's the best. I stand by everything I said.
Okay. Yeah, the hot takes. Very first thing when we're back. The Grizzlies at 2.
They're the deepest team in the league, Dad. And Jaw's a superstar. Jaw's better than Shea. The
The
Grizzlies are going to
Grizzlies.
The
at
Thunder.
2.
Yeah,
You're
easily.
ridiculous.
I thought about putting one.
You're ridiculous. And the Lakers at 4.
The Lakers are gonna be good, Pat. You counting out LeBron?
I am.
Mistake. Absolute mistake.
I'm counting out LeBron right now because that is going to turn into the biggest glaze fest ever to ever grace the earth because his freaking son's on the team now, and the Lakers are just going to turn their season into a
It's a good story, Pat.
they're gonna turn
Great
it
story.
they're gonna turn it into they're gonna turn it into God, I don't even know how to explain this. They're gonna turn it into a beer stand at a bratwurst convention because you got to have beer with your bratwurst. They're going to turn it into everything LeBron, everything Bronny. And they're not even going to care about what their record is because guess what they're doing? They're selling tickets. They're selling tickets.
They're gonna sell a lot more of them when they're the 4 seed.
That's ridiculous. Okay. And who else did you say? Who else? Who else did you say was in there?
The Mavs were my 3, and the Grizzlies were my 2, and the Nuggets were my 1.
Okay. Anyways, wow. All right. So I'll start with my 8 seed. My 8 seed, and my 8 seed, and I don't have the play-in teams in it, but this is my 8 seed coming out of the play-in tournament to secure that 8 seed, the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets are going to come out of the play-in tournament and grab that 8 seed this year, led by Reed Shepard. led by Reed Shepard. Okay, at my 7 seed, I kept them in it. I did the same thing with you. I did the same thing as you. I kept them in it. I kept some hope. I let them have this is the last time I will ever hope in their favor, and because honestly, it would ruin this dude's career and his legacy. It would ruin Katie's legacy if this doesn't happen. I put the Suns at 7. Okay, I like that look. It looks good. That's where they're going to fall, and then they're just going to go out in the first round. Okay,
Definitely.
my 6, where this team should be ranked, the Lakers at 6. LeBron's not going to miss the playoffs. They're not. I know I got on that rant about the publicity crap, but that's good. That's going to play into effect, and that's why they're not they're not in the. I still can't go that. Anyways, all right. Lakers at 6. They're going to make it again. They're another team that will take a first round exit. My 5, same one. Kings, love it. I can't wait for De'Aaron Fox to have a team. So good, and Mike Brown, their coach. I love that guy. Great coach. A lot of energy. Love to see it. At my 4, I liked the step down that you said that this team would take, but I don't think they're taking that far of a step down. I'm taking the Thunder at 4, going against the Kings, and I really, really hope that's how that play. I know we have forever to go. A Thunder Kings matchup at 4 and 5 would be awesome. A couple young teams.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
A couple young teams, other than DeMar DeRozan, coming in there. That would be freaking awesome to watch. At my 3, where am I at here? Oh, at my 3, I took the T-Wolves. I think the Wolves, they're a good team still. I think the Cat trade does drop them. What were they, the 2 seed last year, right? Or were they the 3? They were the 2 or the 3. But T-Wolves they'll stay up there in the top 3. They're still a good team. At my 2 seed, I took the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets at 2. They're gonna come back up. They're gonna stay there. Who do I have at 7? The Suns. Yeah, there's the first round exit for the Suns against the Nuggets in the first round. Pretty easy going there. And then my 1 seed, man, the Klay Thompson pickup is so freaking huge for that team. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm tired of hearing all Clay's washed. All Clay's washed. But guess what? Now he's the third scoring option on a team. All he has to do is sit out there, spot up, ready to shoot. That's the only thing he really has to do now. And you're replacing Derrick Jones with Klay Thompson. The Mavs at the 1 seed. Nobody can convince me right now until season starts, maybe midway through season if the records speak otherwise. But the best team in the West right now is the Dallas Mavericks. That Klay Thompson pickup, that's huge. That's so freaking huge, dude. That's going to space the floor so much for Kyrie and Luka to get downhill because they're going to be that one defender is going to be so worried about Klay. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and sink in when Luka drives or Luka tries to get to the middle of the paint? He's going to do that anyways. Are you going to sink in and help? Okay, kick you out to Klay Thompson, knockdown. I mean, that's a huge pickup. Mavs is the best team in the West. And but yeah, that's my top 8.
I did realize you. I think you're forgetting a team that plays in Memphis.
I didn't think about them until now, until you said them, because I was still on the no Ja Morant stuff. Fine, I'll replace the Suns with the Grizzlies. Does that make you feel a little bit better? They're still going out in the first round to the Nuggets. They're my 7th. Fine. You want them to be the 6th seed and the Lakers drop to the 7th seed? Does that make you feel a little bit better? They're not my top 5. They are not my top 5. Hell no, they're not my top 5. Not a
They're going to surprise you. They're going to surprise you.
Not a chance.
Keep this energy up. Keep this energy.
Jaw will be suspended first 10 games of the year.
That's fine.
Zach Edey's just going to cause problems.
Mr. Scottie Pippen Jr. We don't need y'all. All right.
Scottie Pippen Jr. is on a roster because of his name.
No, he's actually good.
He's on a roster.
He's a good backup. He's Tyus Jones. He's just Tyus Jones. That's all he is.
Okay. All right. Anyways, God, that was awful. What are you doing?
You'll see. You'll see in April. Don't you worry. April gets here, you'll be like, dude, you're a genius. Oh, yeah. Okay. My conference finals matchups.
If I hear the Memphis Grizzlies in your conference finals, I'm getting off. I'm getting off.
I'll start in the East.
Oh my God!
I think we just have a Celtics Knicks showdown. The two best teams in the East. I don't think either of them are losing before then. And honestly, it's a toss up to me on who makes it out of there. I think that's going to be an amazing series. It's going to happen.
It's 7 games. It's 7 games.
Oh yeah,
easily.
And it's going to be must-watch TV the whole time. I can't wait.
The old rivalry coming back.
Oh yeah, beautiful stuff. In the West, I have the 2-seeded Memphis Grizzlies and the 4-seeded Los Angeles Lakers meeting up in the Western Conference Finals. I think it's a beautiful story to be told. The two teams, think about it, Pat. Nobody thought the Mavs and the T-Wolves would play. Or no, who's the Western Conference Finals?
Mavs and T-Wolves, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody thought they'd play in the Western Conference Finals this year. And it's going to be the same thing next year because the Lakers and the Grizzlies are making it. Showtime basketball. I mean, you have the best player to ever play, AD. You have Ja, Jaren, Bane, Marcus Smart. I mean, that's beautiful stuff. Can't wait. Both of them are happening. Book it.
Ridiculous. Okay. I'll start with my East because it's the same. Celtics, Knicks. Did you crown a champion?
I didn't yet. Do you want me
Okay,
to?
please don't. Please don't. Just don't. Did you say your finals?
No.
Okay, just don't. Just okay. Celtics Knicks, great series coming up. Just go ahead, right? Like you said, just go ahead and mark it. Check it off. That's one less thing Adam Silver needs to worry about because that's what's going to happen. He probably doesn't. He doesn't even need to like schedule out the Eastern Conference playoffs, that whole side of the bracket. Just go ahead and just put them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Um, and then I'm actually changing one of my teams right now for the Western Conference Finals. The more I think about it, um, I think the Mavs are going back to the Western Conference Finals. I really do. And then I think the Nuggets get back there this time. I really do. With them being at my 2 seed, I think they get back in there. And so Mavs, Nuggets, Western Conference Finals, and then going to my finals. Um, Going to my finals, it's a rematch. I really think
Celtics.
I think we have a Celtics Mavs rematch next year. Like, because one, the Celtics right now, and nobody, this is not bias. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan. This is not bias. This is facts. The Celtics are the best team, and the Celtics are the best team in the NBA right now, and nobody can say otherwise. And then the Mavs are just the best team in the Western Conference. I don't see the Nuggets beating them unless Jamal. It's not going to be if Jokic gets going. It's if Jamal Murray is going to show up, and that could be my deciding factor also of them even making the Western Conference Finals. It's not if Jokic gets flowing. It's if Jamal Murray does. Because Jokic's going to give you 20, 10, and 10 regardless of if they're winning or losing. He's doing his part. If Jamal Murray gets going, then I think they can do it. But I think it's Celtics Mavs again, and then I think we're going back to back. I think we're going back to back.
No bias, huh?
Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla is a dog.
He's good.
He's a dog.
He's decent.
Right now, yeah. If it was right now, we're repeating. Go ahead and hang up number 19.
Well,
Continue. Go ahead with your. You're gonna say the Grizzlies are in the finals. I know you are.
well, let's start in the East. Let's start in the East. I mean,
You're gonna take the freaking Knicks.
I went back and forth on this. I really did. I think the Celtics are the best team in basketball right now. I won't disagree. I mean, they just won it all. You can't say they're not. They didn't lose anybody. But the Knicks looking mighty good, and I love everything they did on the off season. But I think the Celtics do take it in 7. They're good. They're just really good. As long as Tatum doesn't have to take a game-winning shot. If that happens, go ahead and chalk them up.
Pipe down.
And in the West, in this amazing showdown between two premier teams, um, I think the best storyline in basketball would be LeBron taking his kid to the NBA Finals, and we get a blast from the past of the Lakers Celtics NBA championship. I think that's beautiful.
I hope.
And
Go ahead.
I, I love the Grizzlies, but you know, I don't. Are we a championship team? We probably still need a year or two, get some experience. The Lakers have that experience, though. The bubble, and they're going back.
So pretty much what you're saying is Lakers to the finals. LeBron's gonna retire. Well, I really hope if that's the case, because that's probably gonna be fair. If he go to the finals, LeBron's gonna say, "Okay, I made it to the finals again. I'm ready to be done, and I got to play with my son for a year, so I'm ready to be done." Well, I hope Ronnie If it's Lakers Celtics in the finals, I hope Bronny is okay with only playing 4 career finals games because that'll be a freaking sweep. Sweep in the finals. Celtics win the game, wins the series in 4 games. If we're playing the Lakers in the NBA Finals, we win that in 4 games.
I don't know,
We,
Pat.
we don't even want to wait for the 5th game and win it in Boston. We're just going to say, here you go, bub. We're going to do it in LA.
I don't know, Pat. I think you're disrespecting the GOAT.
Oh, man. Fair enough. All right. That's good. Let's get on to the next
Oh, wait,
topic.
I didn't say my champion.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You know, Pat, as you were saying, the Celtics are a really good team. You know who else was a really good team, Pat? The Warriors. You know what LeBron did against the Warriors when they thought they were unbeatable? He went in there and he did the unthinkable, Pat. And you know the best way to go and send off your career when you have nothing else to play for is winning an NBA championship with your kid on the roster. Never been done before. But LeBron does things that nobody's done before, and he's going to do it again. The Lakers beat the Celtics in 6 in front of LA. Book it.
Okay. All right. Good segment, man. Love it. I love to hear it. Oh, man. This LeBron hype is ridiculous. We'll just have to see here in a couple weeks. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to talk about before we get into the really fun stuff, and the last thing, man, sorry. We're gonna go ahead, and so we've been talking the NBA, talking about NBA season and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and like predict our NBA awards. So MVP, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, sixth man of the year, most improved, and coach of the year. So I'll let you go ahead, man. What do you want to start with? You want to go coach to MVP?
Yeah, that worked.
All right, who's your coach? Coach of the year.
This kind of goes along with my rankings. I mean, only one coach is kind of slept on in the NBA, and this guy it takes bum players, makes them great, wins games with them, as we learned last year, sadly. But I think Taylor Jenkins gets him a coach of the year after leading the Grizzlies to the 2 seed in the West. You can't, I mean, if the Grizzlies are the 2 seed, are you going to tell me Taylor Jenkins isn't the coach of the year?
You just said that you all were like top tier team.
We are, but nobody thinks that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Taylor Jenkins. That's crazy. Okay. I'm going with the guy that's finally going to be able to get recognized and finally get what he is deserved of, and that's Jason Kidd, man. Jason Kidd is the reason Jason Kidd is the reason that Giannis and Chris Middleton were able to develop into the players that they became. Giannis, who he still is, Giannis is still top 10 player in the league, and then Chris Middleton before. I mean, he's kind of been up and down because of injury problems and stuff like that. Jason Kidd was the Bucks coach when they were coming up through the gauntlet, and then they let him go, and then Mike Budenholzer got all the praise when they won the finals. So I'm taking Jason Kidd, coach of the year, finally getting his recognition.
I like it. I do like it, Pat. I won't disagree with you there.
I like Jason Kidd a lot.
I think he's right behind Taylor Jenkins, if you would ask me. For my most improved player, I kind of talked about this guy a little bit earlier. I think he takes a big step up in the offense because I'm not 100% sold on Jonathan Kuminga yet. He's been able to learn under Steph. I think he's got all the talent he needs. I think Brandon Podziemski gets him a most improved player. I think he goes to realistically probably like a between 15 and 20 point per game score. I think he's going to be just a good. He's going to play the Klay Thompson role, but he also has very good playmaking. He's not the best defensive player in the world, but I think his offensive skills are going to really shine with no Klay Thompson, and being able to kind of swing it between him and Steph. I think he's gonna have a great season.
I like that pick. I like that pick. I will bet, and then I'm on the flip side. So I guess we can count our between ours for most improved will be who ends up getting it because they're going to probably as points wise, and then my guy will be more rebounds. Your guy more assists. I went with Kaminga. It's going to be. I think it's going to be one of the two. It's just going to be whoever's going to perform just a little bit better. So yeah, but both of them are going to have to take big steps up, and I like it because for the Warriors because they're going to be able to go to that smaller basketball again where they're running Draymond at the 5, Kuminga at the 4. They can play Wiggins at the 3 if he's healthy, I guess, and then they'll have Pods and Steph. So they'll get back to Warriors basketball. Images of Warriors basketball.
Yeah,
They're not going
I
to
don't
be.
think they'll be
They're
where
not
they were.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, or anything like that. But yeah, I think it'll be either Kaminga or I like your pick with Pod. So
Yeah, I love me some Pods. One of my favorite young players. Um, my sixth man of the year. I guess that's where I'll go next. I mean, this guy is just when I think of a six man in the NBA right now, this is the guy I think of. I think he gets give him Malik Monk. I mean, just the best at what he does. He on any other team. I mean, I understand why they bring him off the bench. You need that spark, and he gives you that spark big time. But like, that's a that- he could be a top three player on any NBA team right now. I think.
that's who I went with too, man. Malik Monk, sixth man of the year. He's like little more athletic. Lou Williams,
Yeah,
a little more athletic Williams, and he's just a spark and a little not as good of a ball handler as Jamal Crawford. That's just his role, man. Jamal Crawford could have started. Lou Williams could have started, but that's just what they were, man. Six man of the years. They were six man on the roster. That's what they done. The dude that was coming off the bench, getting buckets and providing minutes. So good pick, Malik Monk.
yeah. My rookie of the year. I mean, if you've watched any of these podcasts before, you know who I'm on. Uh, if I've got personal stake in this guy to win
Oh,
rookie of the year.
yeah, I got you.
My boy Matas Buzelis,
I like it.
Chicago Bulls. Somebody's got to fill the void. Why can't it be him? And I think the other. I'm not saying he's going to be a future stud. Maybe he'll be like I compared him to Laurie, and I think that's probably where he ends up one day. Uh, but I think this rookie class is kind of just so I think he has a very good chance to get it done.
Hey man, Lori just got a bag this summer, so
He
I mean,
deserves it. He deserves
you
every
know,
penny.
ain't no hate if Matas turns into a player like that. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe a more athletic. Well, Lori's decently athletic. He
Yeah.
is, but you know, but Bazelis just has a little more bounce than he does, I think. So,
Mm-hmm.
my six man of the year, no doubt the best rookie in the class. No doubt the best rookie in the class right now, and you can't say he's not. You can't. He's flat filling it up. I seen a quote the other day by somebody that says he is not Steph Curry, but he is the closest thing to Steph Curry that we've seen in a long time, and that's Reed Shepard.
The glaze is insane. That is wild.
Reed Shepard, rookie of the year. He's the best rookie in the draft right now, dude. I mean, he's came into his role in Houston and has immediately made an impact. So I'm riding with Reed right now. We'll see how it ends up. And I think he's a big in all seriousness, I think he's a big reason why they come out of the playing tournament, like I said, and get that 8 seed. I really do. He's
I mean,
NBA ready. He is
I seen him
NBA
in the
ready
summer.
right now.
I've seen him in the summer league. I know he's good, but Jalen Green feeds himself. He don't need Reed Shepard to do it for him.
Jalen Green's old news. Reed Shepard's the new sheriff in town.
All right, okay. My defensive player of the year, I would be utterly dumbfounded if this man didn't win it. Be honest.
I think we've got the same guy.
If Victor Wembanyama, if this guy doesn't win Depoy, something he's hurt. He got hurt. That's the only way I think. He's just he's gonna average 3 blocks a game, maybe more. He's gonna alter every single shot someone takes in the post. I mean, he's gonna be the best defensive player in the league for probably the next 10 years, I'd say. So I think he starts his reign of depoys this year.
I agree. That's why I went with him too. He's going to average 3 to 4, maybe even 5 blocks a game. So, and he's going to grab a steal or two. And if you're getting 1 to 2, if you're averaging 1 to 2 steals a game as a 7'4" center, 7'4" forward center, whatever you want to call him,
Yeah.
then yeah, you're deep boy. I mean, that's period. So yeah, I agree.
My MVP. I think you might love this, judging on how you say the season's going to go. I think Luca gets him one. I think he's the best player in basketball right now, and I think if the Mavs are going to be any good, then it's because Luca's carrying them the whole way. So I think he gets him one this year.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, believe it or not, I went with Luca too. The way that he performed, and when the Mavericks made that big run after the All-Star break in the regular season, and then when he came into the playoffs and just went into straight demon mode. I'm talking, dude, straight said, I'm about to be a freaking problem every night for whoever we're playing. And we can play these teams 4 times, or we can play these teams 7 times in a series, and they're not going to get used to me. They're not going to figure me out. I'm going to keep being a dog. I really think I'm going to say this. This might be a little over the top, but I really think if there's going to be another player to average a triple double in a season, it's going to be Luka this year. I really think he can. If not, he's going to be really freaking close to averaging a triple double this year. And he's not going to be – Westbrook's triple double was what? He averaged a triple double. He was what, 25, 10 plus, and 10 plus, right? Maybe 23, 24, 25, and then 10 plus and 10 plus. Nah, Luka's averaging at least a 30-point triple double. At least a 30-point triple double.
That would be very impressive. I would be impressed.
If anybody can do it, it's him. And he's going to be really close. If he's not averaging 30, 10, and 10, he's going to be averaging 39 and 8, 38 and 9, or 38 and 8. I mean, it's not his assists and rebounds are not going to be below 8. No chance.
No, and he's probably not averaging less than 30.
No, and his consistency and his scoring ability, his scoring efficiency, and his shooting efficiency, he's going to shoot at least 50+% from the field and at least 45% plus from three. So that's just generational. Like that's just unheard of.
Yeah,
unheard of. So, anyways, I like it. Cool picks, man. Glad we could agree on some stuff.
I'll say we had a few similarities there. Rarely happens.
Glad we could agree. All right, man. Let's do it. Let's get to, I believe, what everybody's been waiting for. The last part. I'm kidding. But no, so let's go. So our last little segment here, I kind of thought this up last night because what was I doing? No, it was.
I don't know.
No, it was a couple days ago at practice. Yes, a couple days ago at practice, and I was asking some of my players who the best rapper of all time was, and what are some of the best rap songs of all time. And they started telling me who they thought, and I was just like, "You guys are too young. You don't know. You don't know. You just don't understand the real stuff." So, all right, let's start with. You want to start with albums? Yeah, we'll start with albums. I like it. Let's go 5-1. We can just go. We'll go back and forth. All right, go 5.
Right. My number 5, in my prime of life. So not definitely not now. My prime of life of 8th grade. Uh, I was absolutely bumping this. I mean, this was
Real
unreal.
quick, real quick. Now, did you do songs or did you do albums or a little bit of both?
I did albums only.
Okay, only albums. That's what. All right, that's what I did too. Go ahead.
I took. I used to be this guy's biggest fan. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if he's made a song in the last 30 years or however long ago I was in 8th grade. But I took "Coloring Book" by Chance the Rapper. I mean, I was bumping every song on there. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful mix of songs. You had some of his harder stuff. He don't really make hard stuff. I think that's why I liked it so much. But then you also had some just smooth melodies and sing-alongs, and uh, then he'd come in bumping again. I mean, it was just a beautiful mix of a little bit of everything.
That fits you. That album just it just screams Jacob Wilk.
Eighth grade me adored it.
It really does. It really just screams Jacob Wilk. So, all right,
I'll bump one of the songs every now and then. I'll put it back on the playlist.
I do the same thing. That's what I did today. Once I ranked my top 5, I went back and I just listened to all the albums today. I'm not kidding. I was like, oh man, like yeah, here we go. Like I'm fucking. This was prime. Like when things were real. Like when things weren't hard. When things weren't hard, and we didn't have responsibilities and stuff. So. All right, my
Uh,
number 5. My number 5 is the Kendrick Lamar album. Damn, it's got a bunch of bangers on there. I like Kendrick Lamar a lot. He's I mean Springer got me hooked on Kendrick Lamar back in high school, and so had to go with that at my number 5. They've got, I mean, I think 4 or 5 songs on there. Duckworth, Element. Uh, I think
DNA.
DNA's on there. So good album. Love it. So that's my 5.
I like the pick. I was bumping it when it came out. It didn't stick with me as long as it probably should have, but I do like it. Uh, for my number 4, I went way back. I mean, I went way back. Well, not really way back, but this was like I couldn't drive when I was listening to this. This was my mom's car. She was bumping this. I was listening to this I was getting LimeWire and downloading it to a CD to bump this. I went with the Carter 3 by Wheezy.
Mm,
One of
mm,
probably my favorite album of his. So just absolute heaters through the thing.
Easy.
They still stand to this day. They're that good.
Solid. I like it. I like it. So, my 4 is kind of a series because there's five albums all together in this series. It's a because it's a you'll know as soon as I say it. It's a Lil Wayne. It's a Lil Wayne album. The Carter series: Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, Carter 4, Carter
Yeah.
5. Best one, my favorite one. I don't know. I think that's what I was about to say. I like the Carter 3 a lot. Carter 4 and Carter 5 are solid. I'm not as familiar with 1 and 2, but I had to put the whole series just I had to help them out, bring up the cloud a little bit, let them have a little bit of fame, a little bit of shine. But yeah, the Carter series, Lil Wayne Carter series, in my 4 spot.
I like it. We agree again, Pat. Look at us go. Number 3. I mean, I think this is. I would be shocked if this isn't on yours as well. Honestly, um, I went with "Take Care" by Drake.
Mm.
I mean, just one of the old. I mean, if you think childhood, I remember I was in like 5th or 6th grade getting hyped for Upward Games, listening to this. I mean, this was my prime. Just
Oh
and I
man,
mean, they're still bangers. I still listen to
there's
them to this
still
day.
bangers. There's still bangers. Take care. That's yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. In my 3 spot, um, I took Good Kid, Bad City, another Kendrick Lamar album. I mean,
Kendrick guy.
heater after heater after heater, banger after banger after banger. And guess what? I know bangers. Uh, but anyways, I mean, you can't beat it. You have to get that one on there. That's pregame album that you listen to on the bus on the way to the games. Kendrick Lamar always getting you hyped up. You gotta have him on there. So yeah,
I
Good
like
Kid,
that.
Mad
That
City.
that barely missed my list. That was
Ooh,
it
ooh.
barely
Okay.
missed. Um, Number two, this in my I have this at two, but it's my favorite album of all time. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just the other one I think is better, but this is my when I think of a music album, this is what I think of. And it's definitely not the most popular, even one of his albums, but Views by Drake, when it came out, I mean, I still listen to half the songs. They're still on the playlist, don't get me wrong. But I mean, that was like at night, like when I wake up in the morning, I was listening to Views. When I went to sleep at night, I was listening to Views. Just absolute banger after banger. He went back. He had some like head banging music on there. We went from that to I was spitting in the car, and then we got some Lover Boy Drake on there too. Just it had a little bit of everything. One of the best.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, at my two, I'm a big Drake fan. Um, he's my favorite of all time. Um, I went Drake albums in general. Drake albums in general at two, but I
Sneaker.
have, but all right, I'll give you my top two of those albums. Take Care is one of them, and then if you're reading this, it's too late. If you're reading this, yeah, it's too late. Bangers. I mean, listen, I've got it pulled up right here. You've got Legend, Energy, 10 Bands, No Telling, Six God, Preach, and Jungle, all on
Yeah, I
one
mean
album.
that's
That's
yeah.
just like bang, 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 bang. That's like freshman. Let's see, that was either. Let's see, what year was that? 2015. So that was like eighth grade freshman year me. Bang, 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 right there. Love it.
Yeah, straight bangers. I can't argue.
So, all right, who's your number one?
My number one, my favorite album of all time. Well, my second favorite album of all time, but I think it's the best. Give me 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. I mean, just when just the imagery up on the roof, him sitting there, the album cover, straight bangers, a legendary album.
Dude, I freaking love it, man. Because guess what? That's my number one too. 2014 Forest Hill Drive. Bang, banger, banger,
I
bang. J.
just didn't
Cole.
miss, didn't
J.
miss.
Cole doesn't miss. Doesn't miss. J. Cole underappreciated. He could have just put out that album right there and called it quits, and he'd still go down as one of the best of all time.
Mhm.
I
It's the
fucking
best.
I've listened to that album once I figured out we were doing this. I think I told you we were gonna do this last night. I listened to this album last night, and I listened to it again today because I'm like, man,
It's that good.
it's that freaking good, dude. Yes, I'm glad somebody agrees.
Mm.
Yes, if anybody ever has any J Cole hate, they're probably honestly, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyways. A waste of oxygen.
I agree,
J
100%.
Cole 2014 Forest Hill Drive, baby. I love it. I love the hype. Yes. Let's
Great
go.
minds think alike, Pat. Great
Yes,
minds.
sir. Yes, sir.
We
Okay.
know ball and music.
I know bangers. All right. All right. Let's get into the rappers. All right. Let's get to the top five artists of all time. Top
I
five artists of all time. Go
I
five.
want I want to start mine off with an honorable mention because I
Honorable
could
mention.
not say this.
Honorable mention. We'll give him a clap. We'll give him a clap. Honorable mention for the. We'll give it for him.
This guy underappreciated for what he does. He's not the best, but he's underappreciated. Hey, white rappers, baby. Lil Dicky, the one of the greatest at what he does.
Little Dinky.
But I just had to give him his
Tried.
love. Had to show him his
Man,
flowers.
he tries, man. He tries. That's all that matters.
He got some great freestyles on YouTube. Don't say. My actual number 5, though.
Money. Save that money. That is a
Save
good YouTube. That is a good YouTube video. That is a good.
R.I.P. Fetty. Or no, it wasn't Fetty. Oh, what? Who just died?
Young Dolph? No.
That was not Young Dolph. No, he's been dead for a while.
How long has it been?
At least a few years, right? Probably like 4 or 5. I'd say probably three.
I thought it was like last year. All right, anyways, go ahead.
2 years, probably. I don't know. Anyways, we ain't worried about him. Number 5, we do got a Memphis rapper, though. My boy Moneybagg Yo. I mean, just absolute heaters. When I'm in the car and I want some hard music, I'm turning on Moneybagg every time.
Oh, that's solid. That's a solid pick.
He's great.
It's okay.
He makes bangers.
All right, for I have an honorable mention too because I had a 3-way tie for 5 at first. Then I was like, okay, I can't have 3. I can have a 2-way tie for 5, but I can't have a 3-way tie for 5. Honorable mention to a very, very underrated rapper. He had, especially when we were growing up, he had some freaking heaters. And the ones that were good, they were good. Give me 21 Savage, honorable mention. Love that guy. I wanted to put him in the top 5, but I just couldn't. So
he probably doesn't belong there, but he's good.
He's up there. He's an honorable mention. Solid dude. He is my respect. I like his music. I listen to it all the time. Running. I can't really. And then I X and No Heart.
Yeah, I got
Mr.
you.
Right now. Anyways, all right. My tied 5th. My 2 that are tied at 5. Kendrick Lamar and Young Dolph. I'm a big Young Dolph fan.
Young Dolph.
I love that dude, man. Dolph is a dog, dude. I mean,
he is.
If you're getting another dude that if you're trying to get hyped up to go work out or to go to a game, Dolph's going to get you fired up. And then Kendrick Lamar just has, I mean, he had 2 of my albums on my top 5 albums, and
I'm surprised he's not higher.
I'll get there with that, and I'll give you my reason. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar, Young Dolph at 5.
My number 4 is a bit controversial, but in terms of rappers, I think this is where he belongs. I'm going Drizzy Drake. I'm going Drizzy. I think, his old, like, the albums we were mentioning, he'd be one. But his newer stuff, he's kind of lost me a little bit. I can't give him all the respect. And then he has like that weird British accent on some songs. I don't really like that either. And I think he's good at 4. I think he's good at 4.
Okay. All right. Solid. All right. At my 4, a lot of his stuff, he's featured in a lot of stuff. He has his own stuff too, and I think they're absolutely freaking. They're great. And he might not always get the recognition that he deserves. At my 4, I took Future. Future is a freaking mutt.
I do like
So he cracked my top 5. And again, we might be basing this a lot off of what we grew up listening to and what we still listen to now. But Future's got to be in my top 5. He was part of my middle school and high school years.
I mean, Jumpman. I mean, that was at every basketball game.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3. I mean, he has to go on the list of goats. He's on the Mount Rushmore of goats. Give me him. Give me Eminem. I mean, pave the way for Lil Dicky, and just, I mean, eh, he's the best. Like, he does things no one else can do. I'll give him that. He's just really good at this career. I'm glad he made his way.
He paved his way. He figured out what he's good at. So
Yeah, I'm glad he figured that out because he's really good at it.
solid. Like the pick. Where we at 3? My number 3, um, simply off the album that we spoke of at 1 in the last top 5. And he also has another banger, Neighbors banger. J. Cole at my 3. Love that man. If he would have had more albums put out, he'd probably be 2 or 1 or 2 for me. But yeah, J. Cole has to make the top 5.
Well, Pat, in my 2, I have J. Cole.
Nice.
I mean, I think
Nice.
I think he's just that good. I mean, he doesn't make bad songs. Even whenever he features in bad songs, he still sounds good on those bad songs. He makes bad songs good.
He makes
So
bad songs just a little bit better.
yeah, I mean you're good if you can make a bad song listenable, and he does that on a lot of the songs he's featured in. I've noticed. So, but his verses are insane. I mean, and he makes. I mean, he can sing a little bit. He got a little melody in him. I think he's the best, second best actually.
Solid, solid pick. At my, I was back and forth on my 1 and 2 for the longest time, and my 2 is Lil Wayne. Had to go Lil Wayne. Um, he's he's not putting anything out anymore, which is fine because I refuse. I really don't want to listen to the new rap anyways as much. I think the rap when we were in middle school and high school was solid. Mm.
Superior.
But Lil Wayne is still he's still top 3, and he's not 3. So
It's not.
he might always be in the top 3, if not at least he will always be in the top 5, at least until I get put into the ground. Um, so yeah, Lil Wayne at my 2.
Yeah, Pat. Everything you just said, I completely agree with. Except for I think he's just one spot higher.
One spot
Lil,
higher.
Lil Wayne is my goat. I mean, nobody does it like Wayne. Nobody does it like Wheezy. I mean, his lyrics are just they make you think. Like, he'll say some crazy stuff that like you're listening to a song, you don't even catch that, but then you'll see it. Somebody posts it. And they're like, this dude just made like a philosophical metaphor in the middle of his rap, and nobody even caught it because that's how good he is. I mean, he just his lyrics are just insane, and it's all bangers. So I mean, he's
He's
my
a dog.
go.
He's a dog. He's a dog. All right, my 1, and like I said, I was back and forth between 1 and 2. And what I do, because this guy's my favorite rapper of all time, and I refuse to listen to new stuff, so I won't lose uh, my fondness for him. So out Drake's my 1. Um, I mean, before now, obviously now it's kind of crap, but before then, dude, that's my childhood. Like
Yeah,
Drake was my childhood in middle school and high school years. Banger after all of his albums from like, or what to say, all of his albums in the 2010s were just great. I mean,
yeah,
top tier, top notch, top of the food chain type albums. So yeah, I had to put Drake in my 1.
I completely agree. I, I have
Good,
nothing bad. I have nothing bad to say about Drizzy.
nothing bad to say.
No,
I
never
had,
will.
yeah, it's yeah, good deal, man. Cool episode. I'm looking at the YouTube live, and it says we've been going for about 80, about an hour, 20 minutes. So solid.
It's good timing. Good timing.
Good way to come back. Good way to come back. So, um,
Yeah.
anyway,
It's
you
a
got anything?
pleasure.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was wrapping it up, kind of. I
Hey,
mean, got
like Lil
something to
Wayne
say.
over there. Like Lil Wayne over there mixing
I was
up.
just freestyling. My bad. Hey, you know what? Actual number one is me on SoundCloud. That guy.
We gotta pull that up sometime. We
No,
gotta
we don't.
pull it sometime. Yes, yes, that'd be
You know, I
great.
kind of remind myself of Wayne. I kind of remind myself of Weezy. I think about it.
No, I'll give you a little Dicky. I'll give you a little Dicky.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. All right, man. Glad we got to get back on here, dude. That was a good episode. Good episode. Bunch of good stuff. Hot takes. I like it. That's what we're here for. The boys are back, feeling like '98, son. You gotta love it.
It was like
Uh,
98.
anyways, thank you all for hopping on. Like, follow, subscribe, retweet, re-X, whatever you want to call it now. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if you could say retweet anymore, but let us and then send us stuff if you want to hear certain things on the episode. You can just text us, message us however you want to, and we'll try to incorporate it. So yeah, like we said, the Walter having the all time jerseys things that can be arranged. That can be arranged anyway. So anyways, appreciate it. Peace out.